Twice Petrovski has gone close to open the scoring. And once again, on the break, there is no deadlier team in this competition than Wollongong Wolves. Huxley. Switch was intended for Matthew Horsley, but Lucas Pantelis was back in cover for Adelaide City, but he's been beaten by the bounce of the ball on this occasion. In it comes from Horsley. Scott Chipperfield. There it is. It had to come. Wollongong opened the scoring here at the Wynn Stadium. Scotty Chipperfield, a collector's item in one way, the goal coming from his head. But there's no doubt Wollongong worthy of the lead.
Yes, wonderful play down the right-hand side, Mike, and of course, it's no surprise that Paul Reed was heavily involved and Matty Horsley. A wonderful cross to the head of Scotty Chipperfield. He directed it back across the way. Fantastic goal.
Well, he didn't have to hit this very hard. He just had to hit it. Direction was all what it was all about, and he got it spot on.
Scotty Tunbridge, an outstanding debut season in the National League. 18 years of age, 10 goals to his credit. Top goal scorer for Adelaide City this season. Chance here for the Wolves, across the face of goal. And Matthew Horsley will be disappointed with that attempt on goals. It fell nicely for him.
I think he'd be disappointed with both his efforts so far, Mike. He had a volley early on in the game, which I thought, from my angle at the sideline here, he could have easily got his head onto.
Stanton, he's buried it. The goal-scoring habit continues for Robbie Stanton. A superb break from midfield by Stanton. The first to assess the opportunities, the first to realise what was on offer. He made the run, he made the call, he got the ball, and the end result is goal number 2 for Wollongong.
Well, you know, when they do score plenty of goals, but I tell you what, they work hard to get the ball back. That was the last pass, but there were 3 or 4 players who closed Adelaide City men in possession down then.
Free kick comes in, free header for Vidmar. It's Pelosi. Vidmar pushing forward for the first time. Inside is Viet. That touch from Viet has played the Wolves in. Chipperfield inside is Petrovski, wants to take a touch, still going. Chipperfield, they were queuing up in the end. Should have been a goal really for Wollongong, that. Unselfish play from Chipperfield initially, and perhaps Petrovski. A bit of a luxury, 2 touches inside the box, Paul Wade.
Just tried to make sure that it was going to hit the back of the net.
Tunbridge, shadowed all the way by Ben Blake, now with Hassel. Turns inside. Opens up a bit of room for Carl Viet. At the moment, Adelaide City going backwards. They have, however, got themselves a free kick. Taken quickly, Vidmar. Now Rees again. Chance for him to put the ball into the middle. That's the idea from Christian Rees. Savinsky needed to get there first for Wollongong. Brought down here by Bradley Hassel. But the shot from Hassel, no threat at all to the goal of Dean Anastasiadis.
Could the players from the Wolves under 15 and under 17 teams please go to the northwestern gate, please. The 15s and 17s Wolf players to the northwestern gate.
Adelaide City seeing a little more of the ball now. This is a good run from Kovacevic. But in the end he tried the shot. Anastasiadis prevents the corner. But he was entitled to shoot there, Kovacevic. So we're into time added on. It's the Wolves 2, the Force 0. Going pretty well at the moment for Wollongong. They have to do a bit more. Beard has won it strongly and released Tunbridge. Tunbridge will try his luck, and he's picked the spot and scored with an outstanding shot. Scott Tunbridge. Give this man an opportunity and he'll take it. That is a big, big blow for Wollongong. Scotty Tunbridge has hardly touched the ball this afternoon, but he's popped up right at the end of the first half to score a goal, which in the end may prove a dagger blow for Wollongong.
So as he approached the box, there looked very little on for him. He had no support. The only option he had was to take the shot, and didn't he do it well?
And there goes the half-time whistle from Eddie Lenny. So the last action of the first half is a goal from Scott Tunbridge.
After the break, Wollongong must add to their 2-goal tally in the second half if they're to finish in second spot on the league table. Let's go back to the action between Wollongong and Adelaide City.
A full round of fixtures being played simultaneously this afternoon. The reason for that is that Soccer Australia decided some time ago that no team shall have an unfair advantage going into the last round of the competition. And by that they mean nobody should know exactly what is required of them as the game kicks off. So much as there will be contact between the grounds, Paul Wade, the Wollongong bench, I'm sure, keeping a close eye on the game in Canberra. The players out there in the park really will be in the dark a lot of the time.
Look, I think a lot of the games are won and lost way before the players hit the park. I think.
Well, Horsley has done exceptionally well, but in the end, it's broken for Scotty Chipperfield. Well, some calamitous defending from Adelaide City, and Scotty Chipperfield, with his second of the game, has put the spring back in the step for Wollongong Wolves. As you can see here, it seemed to be a lost cause. He had to stretch for the first header. Pantelis was caught ball watching, as indeed was half that Adelaide City defence in the middle, and drilled home by Chipperfield. They're right back in at the Wolves.
Yeah, they certainly are. A little bit of bravery on the part of Matty Horsley, going where probably a lot of players in the National League wouldn't have gone. Put his head on the end of a boot.
Well, much as Wollongong have scored tons of goals this season, the problem has been defensively. They've conceded too many. Horsley lines it up, and that is well and truly over the top. He's looking to bend it into the top right-hand corner there, Matthew Horsley. Chipperfield has the corner. Deep towards Savinsky. What a header from Savinsky off the crossbar with the goalkeeper beaten. And they're back in the groove, Wollongong, in a big way. And it comes from Chipperfield. Savinsky! What a save from Chigall! David Savinsky will be wondering how the ball stayed out. The first one from the head off the crossbar, and the second one looked the goal for all money, but Adrian Chigall somehow got across to make the save. Chipperfield, Petrovsky just checking his run. Chipperfield goes outside of Aurelio Vidmar, who's going to get a word from the referee. Two good mates with the Socceroos a week ago, but Aurelio Vidmar, it's a red card. Well, what a decision that from the referee, Eddie Lenny. Absolutely no give and take for Aurelio Vidmar. And a disaster there for the Force. Straight red for the Adelaide City captain, Aurelio Vidmar. Here's Petrovsky. Chipperfield turns away from his marker and draws the foul. So a free kick in a very promising position for the Wollongong Wolves. Just noticed Alvin Checkley go across to the sideline to get some instructions. There's Chipperfield. What a strike! Hat-trick time from Scott Chipperfield. And is that the goal which puts Wollongong into the top two? An absolute exocet there from Chipperfield. straight into the roof of the net. No chance for the goalkeeper. And it's looking good for the Wolves. Trotsky. Inside is Huxley. Gets past the first man, squares it. Spectacular defending there by Ante Kovacevic, who just threw himself at the ball. It's all hands to the wheel at the moment for Adelaide City. Nicholson has won it back in midfield. He's upended by Louis Brain. Free kick to the Wolves.
Great defending from Kovacevic, but there was questions asked there, I think, about Bradley Hasselmike with what could have been a possible back pass.
Is Savinsky. Looked to be a handball by Pelosi. The referee playing the advantage. Here's Blake. Savinsky got backed off him. Needs a good ball into the middle. It's a great one to the back post. Chance here for number 4. Petrovsky in the middle has completely missed it. Adelaide City's record defeat is 6-0 against St George way back in 1988. At the moment it's 4-1. So a proud club will be keen to minimise the damage here if they can. Again, it's all Wollongong. Chipperfield, surely, he's done it. Scotty Chipperfield strikes again. And once again, Wollongong wrestle back the ascendancy over the Perth Glory. A 4th of the afternoon for Chipperfield. There's still 12 minutes to go. And he is thoroughly enjoying the afternoon here at the Wynn Stadium, Scott Chipperfield.
Terrific service from Petrovsky. He knew that he could have had a shot or laid it out to Chipperfield. Opened up the angle a little bit.
Nicholson. Too close to the goalkeeper. And Eddie Lenny.
Oh, sent him off.
Has got the card up in the air for Robbie Middleby.
It's a red one.
And, well, that is a surprise. Robbie Middleby takes the long walk for Wollongong. The crowd still haven't realised what exactly has happened. And you can see there a push by Middleby on his opponent, spotted by the referee. So, like Adelaide City, Wollongong now down to 10 men. Horsley. Petrovsky! Well, he's threaded the eye of a needle there, Sash Petrovsky. And that, you would imagine, could well be enough for Wollongong. One touch, past the goalkeeper, inside the post. And now the Wolves have a 5-goal cushion. Pelosi. Pills for handball, it's a penalty. It's a penalty for Adelaide City. The ball coming off the hand of Ben Blake. Certainly contact made with the ball by the arm of the Wollongong sweeper. Well, the bad news is that Adelaide City have a chance to score a second. The good news is for Wollongong Wolves that it still will not deny them a place in the top 2 if Pelosi, having won the penalty, can convert. It's a consolation for Claudio Pelosi, a second of the afternoon for Adelaide City. 94 minutes now played by Eddie Lenny. So some fingernails being bitten on that sideline in the Wollongong bench. Rees. Well, it's a red-letter day for the Wollongong Wolves. They've made it into the top 2 against the odds.
Scott Chipperfield's fairy tale 4 goals gave Ron Corrie's side a crucial 6-2 victory against Adelaide City. After the break, Jamie Harnwell is aiming for grand final glory.
Perth Glory's Jamie Harnwell could have ended up on the soccer scrap heap. Countless so-called soccer pundits believed he wouldn't hit the big time in the cutthroat environment at Perth Glory.
He has wound up and put a sidewinder into the top of the net. How about that?
But now the goal-poaching central defender is fixing his eyes on a long-term career at Perth or even a spell overseas. However, watching Harnwell unwind with a game of 10-pin bowling, it's hard to envisage the 23-year-old has scored 5 times for Glory this season.
Harnwell! Oh boy! We have got a ball game. Jamie Harnwell 2 in 2 weeks. My word, there's a lot of people said this bloke couldn't play the game a year or so ago.
Representing his country or even his state during his teenage years is something Harnwell never experienced.
I suppose just the fact that all during my junior days there were people telling me I wasn't good enough. I never got in any state teams. Got a lot of put-downs, but you know, there's a few people who have faith in my family. The people down at Sorrento, the coaches who I can't thank enough, and you know, that kind of, I suppose, incentive to do well, to stick it up to some people, I suppose, no better way of putting it, has spurred me on, and now I just want to, you know, it's just for pride. I just want to keep getting better and better.
Thankfully, Harnwell escaped the rigours of State League football as a result of Perth Glory's arrival into the National Soccer League.
When I was growing up, it was always, if you want to do anything, you've got to go overseas. You've got to go to England to play, or any other European country. So to have Perth Glory here and to make a living playing soccer in WA in your home state, it's a dream come true, and it gives, you know, the youngsters now something to look up to. Instead of having to look overseas to your Man United, you can say, well, we've got Perth Glory at home, we've got a good competition here, and you can become a full-time professional in WA.
Afcos, saved by the keeper, and the Wolves are the champions of Australia.
Perth Glory's season is all about exorcising the ghosts of last year's penalty shootout championship defeat against Wollongong Wolves.
I think you can never forget something like that. It's always in the back of your mind that you should have done this and should have done that, but you know, there's new players come in and they haven't got that motive. The main incentive for playing for Perth Glory is that you want to win a title, so that should be spur enough for everyone.
That was superb vision from Edgar Morrie, looking for his hat-trick. He's buried it.
Damien Morrie has been a huge bonus to the side's championship aspirations and to Harnwell.
So I don't think you can train against someone like that and not learn anything. I mean, obviously, I did quite well in him, I suppose, when I was playing against him, against Adelaide City, but to see him day in, day out, it's just a completely different proposition, and just trying to cover someone like that makes you a better player.
Stick to football. Get him off. Get him off. On your way.
Canberra Cosmos' final game of the season against Perth Glory draws to a close their second most successful season in the National Soccer League, but they've only beaten their West Australian rivals once in 9 outings. Perth Glory may have failed to regain the minor premiership, but thanks to the goal-scoring exploits of Damien Morrie and Bobby Despotovski, they're still regarded as one of the championship favourites. Our commentators are Greg Blake and Alan Davidson.
Bobby Despotovski has been rested for this match. Alistair Edwards in from the 11. It started last week against Parramatta. Chance for the Glory early. Damien Morrie just reels away from the challenge. Perth come again. Edwards stabs at it. Morrie, there we go. It's for Naven. That's terrific by Naven. Pulls it back. Edwards is there. There's the match opener. Perth go ahead. That's what they needed. And Scotty Miller makes it 1-0, but the congratulations all going the way of the skipper, Gareth Naven. He set it up.
Yeah, again, it comes back to what we talked about, getting behind the back line there. And you find Morrie holds the ball up, and the ball's gone. He's knocked it into Naven there, and he's got in behind him with a cross. Probably the defending there not the best, but Alistair's got a dummy in perhaps here, and Miller's made no mistake. But again, that's what we talk about, getting in behind the players and not playing in front of them, and that's why those wide players are so critical. And they've just got to make sure they stay focused and, I suppose, pick them off at each opportunity. Again, by getting the ball wide, though, I really believe holding it in the middle here creates a wall in front of them.
Murray forces it through. Milicevic, it takes a bobble, Maloney, it's 2-0. Ouch, that's going to bite you. And Perth take a 2-0 lead, and that is much more like it. They'll be very happy about that. That's a good buffer. And
just watching the Canberra players, their heads seem to have dropped there.
It has been an ugly game so far, and you would have to put those into soft goal territory, wouldn't you, if you were the Canberra coach?
Yeah, possibly a bit unlucky there with the bobble, but here it is a deflection in here. After he plays the ball in here, there's a bit of a deflection. But the big fella's done well and made no mistake.
Perth lead by 2, and second place is there for the taking. The last 6 seasons in the National Soccer League, first and second have played off in the grand final, such as the advantage weighted in favour of the top 2 finishers. Too long for Angelucci there. Could you get 20 in for the Tears? Pekovic with a lazy saunter across the goal face. Edwards, good bounce. Miller. A loping form of Milicevic. Werman. So I tell you what, he was asking the question of hook it in. They'll get away with it, or will they? Miller. Through the gap, pinpointed that. Naven again. Bang. Goodbye. Well, not quite. Well, you won't get closer than that. Murray and Maloney, but again, he won't get the slaps this time, but Naven once again.
Yeah, breaking from deep again, getting in behind the back line, and it all happens from, well, the last couple of events have been from players from deep breaking in behind the back line. And Naven again, a great cross in there, and Morey probably kicking himself that he didn't put that away. But
Canberra, can they conjure something and make a contest of it as we head toward half-time? Cortez along on the short of it against Naven. Squeezes it in. Anthopoulos pulled it back, dangerous for a moment. Angelucci to the line. And again, well, Cortez, who is the shortest player on the paddock. That is a terrific hit. And Pekovic had to produce a save. And finally, there's a wave of enthusiasm from the Canberra fans.
Tell you what, Ranavanello's really hit this well, hasn't he?
And Pekovic just makes it look so easy. Oh, Murray. Well, he backed himself then against Anthopoulos. He backs himself again, and
well, again,
he's fringed on, just getting a tug on the jersey, he'll get the free kick.
But look at the great strength of Damien. You know, he's kept possession and he's held on to it, and actually he's come away with it and been fouled at the last second there. But
and terrific persistence too.
You know, that's why Damien scores so many goals, because he persists and he's so strong and powerful.
Miller launches one. A leap from Edwards. The whistle's gone though. Here's Damien Murray. He's one of those sort of players. I think over the years he probably hasn't been treated as kindly as he should, but he's a bit special as Wendy Omos brings an end to this first half, which was just another day at the office really for Perth.
Perth Glory go into the break 2 goals up against Canberra. Stay with us for all the second half action. It's back to Bruce Stadium as Perth Glory try and add to their 2-goal lead.
They just don't appear to be too threatening, do they?
No, actually, I think really Canberra lacked probably 4 players, and if they had four quality players in addition, I think Canberra could be quite a good team. But
Murray heads up. Edwards drills it. That is a magnificent goal from Ali Edwards, and Perth make it 3.
Actually, a great touch there by Morey. Obviously, had a bit of vision, got it over his head, and Alistair's hit it first time and made no mistake. And really, you can't blame Giannakis for for letting that goal in, because he's drilled it with a lot of power.
Just a quality goal, that one. And Damien Morey, yeah, his setup there was brilliant. Edwards just let it fly. He got a couple of, from memory, against Canberra last year. If they can roll over the top of Canberra, it'd be lovely. You're talking about confidence, a lovely confidence builder for Perth going into the first week of the finals. The big dance starts next weekend as the top 6 playoffs commence. And it looks at this stage, I mean, you've got to consider that Wollongong would now have to beat Adelaide by 4 to leapfrog Perth. It's looking pretty good for the Glory. Maybe even better. Great save, Giannakis. That was a huge effort. Yeah, Perth are really threatening to overrun Canberra now, aren't they? It's pretty emphatic.
Well, there's Big Al again. He's obviously got on the end of it, and he's struck it really well. Great save by Giannakis.
And there's Milanovic. He's not a happy person at the moment. Up off the bench a few times, barking out instructions. Ball round the corner from Cortez. Lions, best chance of the game for Canberra. Leads by example. Well, thanks for that, Gareth. Ravanello stumbles.
I think, though, if there's a
Perth ball.
I think there's a downfall there too, though, with Perth, because they don't have a reserve team, and the reserves don't play any league. So really,
Maloney slips it through the gap. Morey, diving getter, and he wasn't far away. Scotty Miller.
Yeah.
A couple of chances, perhaps in the first half, gone begging. Might have been even more, but the Cosmos still hanging there. Naven through the hole. Werman, great ball, good vision. Morey! That's how he likes him. The angle was closed down by Giannakis, and he just fingertipped it round the corner. And that's the second or third time now that Giannakis has thwarted Perth. Naven. Morey through the hole. PJ Roberts. Loose ball down. He would have loved to have put that away, Roberts, and Deans spills it over the line.
Yeah, a bit lucky there for Cosmos again, but you know, he's got him behind him here, and he's done well again, the keeper. Giannakis has saved them again, and thank God the rebound didn't go to a white shirt.
It's just patient stuff from Perth, isn't it? Measured and deliberate. Werman slides it through. Merger. Giannakis again was there. Deans. Oh, hit very high then. And Kondiamos says a quiet word. A melancholy moment for the hardy supporters of Canberra Cosmos.
Yeah, obviously frustrating for them, but they've shown their loyalty and support in the number that turned out anyway, because it's quite a
impressive turnout show support for Canberra as Morey pops one off the post. Topoulos, the open man. It's the makerage too. Angelucci. Hager's inside, the crowd baying for something. Bang! No, Petkovic, you are a gem. That was instinctive from the goalkeeper, but
yeah, actually they tried. Yeah, Cons. Well, it's a great save. We take
that is a wonderful save. It's a corner to Perth, still 3-0, as they've led for most of the game off the crossbar from Milicevic. It's one of those days. It could have been 5 or 6 or 7 for Perth. Came into the match in second place. Flag is up, won't count. Or will it? Referee. Well, he missed the linesman's flag initially. Let's have a look at that crossbar effort from Milicevic. One of several near goals for Perth today. As we finally get a final whistle in an emotional moment for the Canberra Cosmos. The result is irrelevant to them.
Perth Glory's 3-0 victory against Canberra Cosmos wasn't enough for them to secure second place on the NSL table. Coming up after the break, Sydney United's quest to end their season in the top 10 sees them take on the Football Kingz. It's back to round 30 action as Sydney United hosts the Football Kingz.
Long throw comes in. Well, that's a good throw as well. Marsh coming off his line and takes it. But it was a throw-in that caused a little bit of a heart flutter in the Football Kingz defence. Ibrahim leading the Football Kingz attack by himself. Lyons just playing it over. Great ball. Here's Ibrahim! 1-0 to the Football Kingz. It's as simple as that. Great ball over the top by Aaron Lyons.
The Kingz 1 lead, Sydney United 0.
Ibrahim onto it like a flash, beat the defender. Looking to finish on a high as Douglas plays it out wide, but the ball is lost. And it's an early cross, and there was a hint of handball there. The flag went up. Well, there'll have to be a yellow card. And it's a penalty because it was just inside the area. Well,
looked outside, didn't it?
And how fitting that it's Asanovic who steps up to take the penalty. Well, Chris Marsh, what an honour it would be for him if he could save a penalty from Aljosa Asanovic, but he can't because it's tucked away beautifully in the corner. 7 minutes and 20 seconds gone here at Edenza Park, and it's 1-1. Silva, that's a clever ball. Ibrahim, the keeper's out. He's done it again. And that is a quality finish as well by Dennis Ibrahim. Well, not only has he reached double figures for the season, he's now moved to 11. Great ball by Silva. 1-on-1 at the back. Sydney United again, perhaps looking in the mirror about how that could happen, but that was a great finish, Johnny.
Was no cover at the back again, but that is to deny an excellent service there from Silva. And Ibrahim again, just beautiful finish, isn't it? Just a little flick with the outside of the foot over the advancing keeper.
Milovic and Lyons, the two wide players. Ibrahim and Silva in attack. And here is Silva. Nata. Silva again. Ibrahim at the front post. Oh, great track's gone in. It's a hat-trick to Dennis Ibrahim. Well, how do you stop this man?
Scored by Dennis Ibrahim.
Silva with some great play in midfield. Certainly the brains behind the move, and the ball almost came out. It trickled across the goal line. But the give and go there between Silva and Nata was beautiful.
Beautiful 1-2, and the Kingz are playing the better football. And that's opened up Sydney United.
Still United looking for something before the break. Now a chance to really get the ball up the other end by Davis. Ibrahim can't get there. And Steeden just looking a little bit shaky there. Sydney United have won the ball back. Here they come again to the back post. Here's Manapi! Sydney United have done it. It was a goal that always looked like it was on the cards. Finally, the ball was in space on the right-hand side. Pondoyak with it looked like a hopeful cross really, but Manapi was well placed to hit the ball past the goalkeeper. First half entertainment as well was pretty good, with the Football Kings showing the way to go forward. With Harry Nata on the ball now, a little back heel. Here's Silva into the area. Little cross is a good one, and it's another goal to the Kings. And that is a brilliant substitution, because Jonathan Perry has scored a goal for the Football Kings to make it 4-2. Well, Silva, who's so dangerous in tight spaces, whipped in across, and coming in at the back post was the half-time substitute, Jonathan Perry. Mark Shields just checks the watch, and there is the final whistle.
Sydney United 2, Football Kings 4.
Northern Spirit's visit to Bob Jane Stadium got off to a great start when Alex Moriera headed in the game's opening goal after 10 minutes. Ben Burgess, playing his final game in the National Soccer League for Northern Spirit, made it 2-0 with his 16th goal of the season. South Melbourne's Con Butsianis was the provider for his side's first goal. Striker Andy Vlahos taking the honours with a simple tap-in. On the stroke of half-time and after a goal-mouth struggle, Socceroo Butsianis made it 2-2 with a cool finish. In the second half, Butsianis, the man with the golden left peg, gave South Melbourne the lead, slotting home with his right foot. Just to prove that his second goal wasn't a fluke, Butsianis completed his hat-trick with another right-footed strike after 50 minutes. South skipper Paul Trimboli's pass into the Spirit penalty box forced defender Michael Cunico to head the ball into the back of his own net. Butsianis grabbed his fourth goal of the game with a wonderfully taken free kick as the minor premiers destroyed Spirit in a stunning second half display. South Melbourne 6, Northern Spirit 2. The goals came thick and fast at Knights Stadium. Striker Joel Porter made it 1-0 to Melbourne Knights after 2 minutes. Lubo Lipsansky made it 2-0 with a powerfully driven shot 8 minutes later. Some poor defending allowed Adrian Savinsky to give the Knights a 3-0 lead. Newcastle United's Chris Zoricic was accredited with Knights' fourth goal after a Daniel Vasilevsky shot. Midfielder Vasco Tripsevsky pulled one back for United with a well-directed shot. Just prior to the first half whistle, Joel Porter scored his second with a header. Newcastle substitute Mitchell Johnson made it 5-2 with over 30 minutes left on the clock. Daniel McBreen had only been on the pitch for 7 minutes when he dragged United back into the game with his side's third goal. Savinsky restored the 3-goal cushion for the Knights with a stunning 75th minute volley. Veteran Andy Harper netted his 101st goal in the NSL in what could be his final game in the league. A 10-goal thriller. Melbourne Knights defeated Newcastle United 6-4. A counter-attack by Brisbane strikers resulted in forward Peter Bullion nipping in to make it 1-0 to the home side after 8 minutes. Marconi's Norman Tumay wasted a good chance, hitting his shot across the striker's goal. The Stallions were back on level terms when referee Brett Hugo gave a penalty. Chris Trajanowski made no mistake from the spot kick. Marconi, without the suspended Archie Thompson, took the lead after 43 minutes when Grant Last latched onto a loose ball to make it 2-1. Tumay missed another opening. His effort was way wide. However, Marconi hung on to 5th place on the table with this valuable away victory. Brisbane Strikers 1, Marconi Stallions 2.
South Melbourne have won the minor premiership for a record 5th time, and Wollongong Wolves snared 2nd spot by scoring more goals than Perth Glory. Sydney Olympic, Marconi Stallions and the Melbourne Knights have all qualified for the final series. The season is over for 9 NSL clubs, and only Canberra and Sydney United did better than last season on the league table. Big spenders, Parramatta Power and Northern Spirit were the major disappointments. For the 4th time in his career, evergreen Damien Murray is the league's top goal scorer. He now has a record 167 goals to his name in the National Soccer League. Wollongong's Sash Petrovski finished on 18 goals, and teammates Scott Chipperfield and Perth Glory's Bobby Despotowski shared 3rd spot with 17 goals. On Sunday, the elimination final first leg sees Sydney Olympic take on the Marconi Stallions, and you can watch it live on Channel 12 at 6:30 p.m. Also on Sunday, a replay of the elimination final first leg between Melbourne Knights and Perth Glory. Catch it on Channel 13 at 11:30 p.m. See you next week on Australian Soccer.
Yum.